Hey folks, it's Stoner with the Upstate Music Channel coming at you from Easley, South Carolina. Let's jump right in with both bands on Sunday night sets with Wanted, Dead or Alive, covered by the Exempt Band.
It's all the same. Only the names have changed every day. It's well, it's dead away. Another place where the faces are so cold. I drive all night, still get back home. I'm a cowboy, I'm still on siren, and I'm wanted. Dead or alive, I'm wanted. Dead or alive. Sometimes I sleep, sometimes it's not for days. The people I meet always go separate ways. Sometimes you tell the day by the bottle that you drink. Sometimes when you're alone, what you do is think. I'm a cowboy, I'm still outside, right? And I'm wanted. Dead or alive, wanted. Dead or alive. Dead or alive. I walk these streets, loaded 6-string on my back. I play the beats, 'cause I might not make it back. And everywhere, still I'm standing tall. See the million faces, I've rocked them all. I'm a cowboy, I'm still on sideline, and I'm wanted. Dead or alive, and I ride. Dead or alive, I still drive. Dead or alive, dead or alive. Dead or
You Not. Bon Jovi's Slippery When Wet 1986 album cover. Their label rejected the original photography because it was a little racy, but the photographer took a trash bag, sprayed it with water, and wrote Slippery When Wet with his finger, and that's the album cover. You Not.
This
Thank
is
you.
important.
All right, that was Wanted Dead or Alive, covered by Exempt. Those guys are a bunch of great guys. Check out exemptrocks.com. Uh, Great band, do a lot of 80s covers. A bunch of great guys. They're wonderful. One of my favorites in the Upstate. All right, next up is a band that I have never worked with called Grey House Band. A fellow by the name of Dewey Ellis sent me a message. He had a military song, or like a song about military or soldier. They were wanting, maybe we had an idea of putting some, they'd seen some of my videos, and I'm like, if you realize the amount of footage I have from deployments, it gets a little crazy. But a little about this video. The song, like I said, these guys contacted me, and I did it. I just did it. I just put it together. It's free for them, whatever. I don't. I, they want a copy of it. I haven't even had a chance to get back in touch with them a lot. So if you're watching this, I hope you are. I'm going to explain the video a little bit. It was really hard for me to make. I already knew the footage. I've seen it 1,000 times, and I lived it. There's two in there that come from a 2008 deployment that I was not on, and it's just little clips. One of them's of a, well, actually it's 2009, of the Afghans throwing rocks in the vehicle. Well, I lived through that in the gunner's hatch. That's the reason why everything that's in this video, that if I wasn't present at, I was present at for something else. If you want to know a little bit about me, these are my deployments, or at least two of them. Now, I don't have video footage from my first deployment in Somalia, but this is video footage from Iraq and Afghanistan, from PRT Ghazni, on our security forces mission in 2010, and 2004 and 2005 on the convoy security mission in Iraq. And if you'll notice, if you know anything about the war on terror, some of the Humvee shots are without armor, without turret armor. Yeah, I've been up in that turret without armor, just body armor. This was right when the IEDs were starting, and I've been blown up a few times. Been shot at a lot, mortared, rocketed, name it. A lot of air support video, and there's actually airstrikes. There's one of them, you'll see it with the guys yelling. They're on the rooftop. You know, and there's an Apache coming in, and it's hitting his package, hitting his target. It hellfired it, and there's drone footage. That's the same attack, and then there's another angle from a distance you can kind of see. That was in July of 2010 when we went looking for two missing sailors and had intel that they were in a certain village. And our part of my job was the blocking force, and we stayed at a base mostly. But senior chief took a bunch of guys and went out and basically kicked in doors looking for the guys. But it's that was rough. That was rough. That was a rough day. But every day in this, there's one point in this video, and I'm sorry I'm rambling, but there's a lot in this video. I can't this is a lot. There's one point where you see a guy holding a mortar and he's firing it. It's called like a hip fire. It's not set up on a tripod or anything. You take it out and put it out and fire it. It's got like a little trigger on it. It's a 60 millimeter mortar. That's a combat cameraman, Air Force combat cameraman. There's a reason why he's in there doing it. That's actually at a range in Afghan, or a range we made. Pull up in the desert and go, okay, there's nobody around. We're going to shoot here. You had to do that with the Mark 19s and mortars and rockets and stuff like that to test fire them. And yes, you have to test fire that stuff, like sound check. You got to make sure your stuff works. And I couldn't test fire my weapon that I used every day on a regular mission. We had to go out somewhere weird and test fire to make sure it worked. If you got a Mark 19 on you better make sure their gunner's up to speed, because they don't get to test fire a lot. And I had to fire that weapon without test firing it in a fight a couple times. And crazy times, just crazy times. But that video has a lot. You see a lot of what I went through, me personally. it's life through my eyes for a few years. And I did something similar with a Josh Vickery song called Soldier. It was before I learned how to do a lot of editing. And I have footage from I have tons of footage from Iraq and Afghanistan. And a couple things that's special about the song is the man who wrote it is no longer with us. The song is called Rose Tattoo. It's by the Grey House Band. The man that contacted me about it was a man named Dewey Ellis. I don't think I've ever physically met him. We're friends on Facebook. Dewey come out to Wild Country one Sunday after I get my surgery done and introduce yourself. But this video means a lot more to me than you actually think. It's a creative way of me trying to show you this is what I saw. And dear God, it gets there's a lot more to go with it. But I hope you enjoy it. It's written by Bill Fleming. It's called Rose Tattoo. And this is the Grey House Band with mostly soldiers from South Carolina. And some of the footage was taken from people that are no longer with us. And there's a girl named Catherine Matei. The very first part of the video, it's a C-17 when we're flying into Afghanistan. I think you might be able to see my face, but it glances. And the reason I left it in there because it goes by her, and she's no longer with us. And some of the footage, the one with the donkey, the guy chasing the donkey in the road, you'll see that later on. It's kind of funny. I sped it up. The guy who took that footage is no longer with us. So this is a little bit of a memorial too.
Tattooed on my arm our baby's name, so I remember the reason why I came into this foreign land, for victory and no surrender. Annalie, please pray for me. I have come to question everything I ever thought was true, and I can see that everybody bleeds as crimson as the petals on this rose tattoo. The call came down at 3 to hold that worthless ground, to take them down without a warning. When we could hear them breathe, we fired every round like bloody hell until the morning. Annalie, please pray for me. I have come to question everything I ever thought was true, and I can see that everybody bleeds as crimson as the petals on this rose tattoo. I walked that killing field. The air was thick with smoke, a ghostly pallor. That's when I saw them there, at least 200 lay, the youngest one, the same as our sweet daughter. I streamed up to the sky, my God, what have I done? The thing that I despise, the thing that I've become. Annalie, please pray for me. I have come to question everything I ever thought was true. And I can see that everybody bleeds as crimson as the petals on this rose tattoo. Annalie, please pray for me. I have come to question everything I ever thought was true. And I can see that everybody bleeds as crimson as the petals on this rose tattoo.
All right, that was Grey House with their original rose tattoo written by the departed Bill Fleming. Next up is Stuck in the Middle, covered by the Tim Lee Band. The reason I put this one in here, it was in the movie Reservoir Dogs, and guess what our truck names were named after in Afghanistan? Mr. Blue, Mr. Black, Mr. Red, Mr. Brown. My truck was Spice Girl. Take that up with my team chief. Long story. But our trucks were named after the Reservoir Dogs. So here is Tim Lee covering Stuck in the Middle, one of my favorites.
Well, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got the feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall off my chair, and I wonder how I get down the stairs. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you. And I wonder what it is I should do. It's so hard to keep a smile from my face. Lose control, yeah, I'm all over the place. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Well, you started out with nothing, proud to show a self-made man. Then your family all comes crawling, stopping you on the back and saying, please, please. Trying to make some sense of it all. I can see it makes no sense at all. Is it cool to go to sleep on the floor? 'Cause I don't think that I can take anymore. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Well, you started out with nothing, proud to show a self-made man. Then your family all comes calling, stopping you on the back and saying, please, please. Well, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got the feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall off my chair, and I wonder how I get down the stairs. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle of you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle of you. Here I am, stuck in the middle of you.
All right, that was the Tim Lee Band covering Stuck in the Middle again. And that was written by Jerry Rafferty, Joe Egan. Good little tune. It's one of my favorites, but I'm going to put in here a video I made earlier about the South Carolina venue crisis. Please look it up. We're having some issues with the venue shutting down. Please look into that. This is Matthew Stone with the Upstate Music Channel. I am an amateur videographer. This is not just a hobby to me, it's therapy. I am a disabled veteran, medically retired. I served in 2 branches, the Marine Corps and the Army, deployed to Somalia, Afghanistan, and Iraq. Had a pretty rough time, and this is extremely therapeutic for me, doing video and things for bands. I do it for practically at cost. Actually, I do it at cost or below. It's therapeutic for me. This helps me. I built a YouTube channel for the bands to use, mostly because it's something to do at home, because I don't leave my house. The only time I leave my house is to go to the gas station right down the street from me. I occasionally go out every once in a while on off hours, maybe go out to eat dinner with my wife, which is a rarity. And then I go out to music venues and film bands because I can focus on something like that. And it gets me out of the house and around people, which is extremely hard for me. How I got into music, I was checking off a bucket list. And one of those was go see my cousin's band. And I just had to, I don't know, just curiosity. I got involved in music. But that's how it impacts me. You do the math on that. Music and music venues saved my life. And that's the bare facts of it. And the state of South Carolina has passed a law requiring venues to carry $1 million liquor liability insurance policy, and the premiums are unobtainable for their margins. It's just they can't do it, and they can't afford them, so they're shutting down. They're already shutting down. The one I was, Powdersville Pub, the one I used all the time, because they have a very nice stage, and I'm used to that place. It's already gone. And I can't travel too far. It's very complex for me, even leaving my house to go do a show, with having, if something goes wrong with me, that my wife can come pick me up. It gets, I'm an extremely weird story, but what this is impacting me big time. It's taking a lot of things away from me that I need. So please contact your state representatives and tell them that they've got to do something, because this is small businesses being destroyed. Next up is Constant Sorrow, written by Dick Burnett in 1913. So you might want to look it up, but this song is pretty much free game if you want to record it, if it's over 100 years old, with copyright laws. But Constant Sorrow, covered by the War Cry.
security. That's a thirsty boy over there, man. I face your name.
That was Man of Constant Sorrow, covered by the War Cry Band, made famous by the movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, or something like that. Good movie. I like that movie. Next up is Hot as a Pepper, covering I Will Survive. It's time to get your disco on.
At first I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. And I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. And I grew strong. I learned how to get along and show your back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with a sad look upon your face. Should've changed that fucking life. I should've made you hit the key. If I didn't know for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. Going out there, walk out the door. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one that tried to break me with goodbye? You think I'd crumble? You think I'd live and die? Oh no, I was alive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'm still alive. I got all my life to live, I got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. Hey, hey. It took all the strength I had not to fall apart. Kept trying hard to mend the pieces of my broken heart. And I spent so many nights feeling sorry for myself. I used to cry, but now I hold my head up high. You see me, somebody new. I'm not that chained up little person still in love with you. So you thought you'd just walk in and expect me to be free. Now I'm saving all my luck for someone who's loving me. Going out there, walk out the door. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Was you the one that tried to break me with goodbye? You think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd live and die? Oh no, no, no.
That was I Will Survive, covered by The Hot as a Pepper, written by Dino Farakis and Frederick Perrin with Hot as a Pepper. Those guys are awesome. They did a lot of tunes I grew up on. It is a just damn good band. Damn good vocals, too. That girl, Annie Perez, I think her name is, she can sing. I mean, wow. But next up is cover of Outlaw Women. I figured I'd put Hank Jr. song right behind the disco song, seeing how everybody loves the song Dinosaur. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go listen to it. But this is a Hank Williams Jr. covered by one of my good friends, Sean Smith, 3/4 in a Case. And you might recognize somebody playing harmonica. This was filmed at Triple D Sports Rack Bar and Grill up in Walhalla. Go check that place out. It is veteran operated. I'm pretty sure it's veteran owned. I can't remember if Sean owns it. I think he does. But check that place out. The manager, owner is a ranger. Not the park kind, the good kind, the ones I like, the ones that the pipe fitters I like, the ones that know how to do things. Army soldiers on steroids, not literally, but Rangers are badass, man. They're freaking great. I love them. They're not the guys with the tab. These are the guys. Well, they're tabbed, but it's a long story. This is actually, he was actually in Ranger Battalion. He didn't just go to the school. He's a Ranger. He's man. I'm going to get myself in trouble on here one day talking about things like that. But love Rangers. They're great. They're awesome. They're kick-ass soldiers. They're not even soldiers. They're freaking Supermen. But here is Outlaw Women, covered by 3/4 in a Case.
Works in a bank and she works in the store, and she don't do that stuff anymore. Likes to get high, listen to the band, likes to make love to her kind of man. These outlaw women, the first of the kind. Outlaw women, yeah, they got it right on time. Outlaw women, they don't need any guns. Outlaw women, they just wanna have fun. In many ways, she's a lot like me. Don't give a damn about society. Might be a little rich girl, might be poor, might be a married woman that needs a little more. I used to know some of those. Well, she's a outlaw woman, first of a kind. Outlaw women, yeah, got in 69. Outlaw women, they don't need any guns. Outlaw women, they just wanna have fun. lady, some call other names. You won't ever call her that around me and my gang. Hey!
That was Outlaw Women, covered by Three Quarters in a Case, with Johnny Crooks on guitar, Sean Smith singing, and some ugly dude on harmonica. That was it for Sunday night sets. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you tune back in next Sunday. And I hope we have enough venues open in South Carolina so I can continue to do what I'm doing. I'm constantly looking up trivia stuff and trying to bring you new material. And I hope this channel does well. This channel has nothing to do with me and all to do with the bands that you're watching. I'm just trying to present it. I really want to get somebody else to do this because I'm not. This isn't me. I'm a cameraman. I'm not this guy. I'm not a host. I'll do it. I mean, it's fun, but I'm not the best at it. I say and a lot. And, you know, I'm a knuckle dragger. I'm not a very smart man, to quote Forrest Gump. But I'm out. You guys have a great one. I'm going to be having some surgery coming up July 12th, and I will be down for a little while. I am pre-recording these things so you can have something to watch on Sundays. And I hope you enjoy it. And thank you for watching Sunday Night Sets. Like and subscribe to the Upstate Music channel. And please check out the South Carolina Venue Crisis. It is highly important. Look up some information on this. I might cover a little bit more on it next week. But thank you. Thank you very so much for watching. This channel has about 1,800 subscribers and 650,000 lifetime views since 2020. I'm good with that. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Stoner out. And a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a hey folks, Stoner with the champ. Hey folks, it's Stoner. God damn it. Hey folks. 1, 2, 3 and go. Hey folks, it's Stoner with the Upstate Music channel coming at you from Easley, South
Music,
Carolina.
comedy, and a little bit of trivia from my dumb ass. Like and subscribe.
This is important. Hey, we're a bar band. Have some respect, man.